So this is Guild of Dungeoneering. This game's really good. I want to show it off a little bit because the dev's been getting some guff for dumb things. So I've already played this a little bit. I'm not terribly far into the game, but I'm reasonably far. It starts off with you only having access to one dude, the very basic guy, the chump, and then you can unlock more characters and more variety. And we'll see how that plays out here in just a second. Let's just jump into it and we can talk about details later. As you can see, I've done quite a few dungeons. Hopefully this one won't end up getting me ruined. So, you basically pick a person and you can pick a little blessing thing. We'll talk about these in a bit, but for now, let's jump in. Okay, so you end up and you get handed a rough set of cards. Damn. You get handed a set of cards. This one, unfortunately, the thing is to, as you can see, ritual completes in 10 turns. We have to get back here pretty quickly. Every time you start a floor, your guy starts at level 1, and really, this is the only place we can slap this. Wow. That's unfortunate. But you can then place down even enemies for you to face. You don't have direct control over your character, which is weird, but they'll find their way towards trouble, money, objectives, stuff like that. They pathfind pretty well. And here's kind of the meat of the game, is the exploration. It's all card-based, dealt out to you. And now we have combat. So I have 3 choices here. I have 1 magic damage that's unblockable, 2 physical damage, or 3 block. This is totally overkill for this little guy, especially because this person just starts with an extra set of cards, basically. But this is an annoying thing because if we get hit, we discard a card. So I'll just block it. Damage is not persistent over rounds, which is really nice. And so if you survive an encounter, you start back over, so you're good. So this will do 1 magic, and if it hits, it'll heal the spider one. But the blue shields will block magic damage, and red shields will block physical. So if we do this one, we will block it, because we have 2 block, and then deal 1 damage. And same thing again with this one. Unfortunately, we can't really block all of it, but that's not a big deal. We'll just use this, and it'll deal 2, but since this guy has frail, it does 1 more. And so if we were to attack now with this, it would only do 1 damage, because he's got 1 guard. So a better choice would be to rekindle. And you get dealt 1 every turn. And since we're playing the shapeshifter, we get some pretty neat cards about stuff like this. This game has a lot of personality. The music in it is fantastic. Oh, and you get a good amount of loot. So loot is basically you get equipment, and that equipment can be added on. Obviously, there is only so many slots, and the slots are dependent on certain things. So if we look at our character over here, you have offhand, weapon, head, and body. So the straight jacket will just give us +1 health. This will add these cards to our deck. Unfortunately, this does add stupidity 1. So we would spend a turn scratching our head wondering why a turn-based card game doesn't run at 60 FPS. But there's also, we get Restore and Slam, which is 2 unblockable damage, and Bash. So this is pretty good, but it does add this risk of getting that. This is just good across the board, and that's also fine, but I'm going to go with just the +1 health. And akin to Binding of Isaac, not as severe, but you can see you do, your stuff shows up on your character. So yeah, you get your cards, you can build the level, so I'm going to put this here. Any rooms you build have to connect to every opening available. So we could go here, but I really would prefer to miss this if possible, because this gives us a negative bonus, so like a debuff for our next combat. All the game is played via mouse, so you don't even need your keyboard at all, which is pretty nice. If you just want a chill kind of one hand on a couch game or something, you can just hang out on this. So next I'm actually going to attach this here. I'll probably just have to sync this debuff, which sucks, but not too big a deal. Another thing that's important to note, we don't want to go too slowly. Normally I'd put an enemy in here just so we can level up quicker, but if we waste too many turns, we'll be in trouble. So our person's going to keep going for the gold in the chest, which they're an explorer, they're a dungeoner, this is how that goes. But I just want to build us a path down here. And then we can count out turns and see what we need, how many spare rooms we have. Because right now we'll have 1, and then 2, 3, or what would be 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we don't have a lot of spare time, so I'd rather not risk it. Fog rooms seem to take 1 move every time. And any room you've been through doesn't seem to waste a bunch of time. This is really good. This weapon's great. This one's okay. The restore is nice, and bash is always good. This is great though, because this is 2 physical damage and 2 or 3 if it's versus an unblockable attack. So yeah, we'll take that. That's a pretty strong addition. So basically any equipment cards we have will be added to our deck. Let's continue on. Alright, so this is an unblockable attack, so even if we used bark skin, it wouldn't help us at all. One thing you'll notice is this giant bat has loner, so if it wasn't a dead end, it would just have 1 less max health. There's a lot of small effects like this you'll see on creatures. It's part of the learning of the game. But we're just gonna punch it in the mouth. And in this case, we'll just regenerate, so we'll heal more than we'll take. And another unblockable, but we have 2 damage. You can die at the same time as you trade with the enemy. It fucking sucks. I've done it so many times. So keep that in mind. If not, you will do it at least once. The arcane wand's pretty good, but I like our offense already because the shapeshifter has pretty good restore abilities. But let's go ahead and just add to that. So we're going to get a pigeon nest to plop on our head. Very good. Alright, one nice thing too is it'll show you the path your person's going to take. In this case there's a fountain on both sides, but our person's going to prioritize the objective, which is down here. And again, I don't really want to plop down anything to stop us, but this ghost will take the same amount of time as if we were to move normally, since you do move 1 space in fog rooms. Alright, so that's a pretty good start, and this ghost has Tenacious, which is a good thing to take into account. So it has to be knocked down to 1 HP and then can be killed. And then this is a special ability it has, so if you surround it in tiles, it'll have 1 less max HP. Not really a big deal, but let's just hit it. And the nice thing is, oh man, all these defense cards. Not a big deal though, we'll just continue to punch it, but this will only take it down to 1. Because it has Tenacious, so it gets a free hit basically. And this will heal it 1, but we luckily can do 2 damage. We're a bit stronger than kind of we should be for this area, because we did do a bit of grinding earlier. Not grinding, but I was stuck for a while because I'm bad at this game. And we unlocked one of the tier 2 classes, which we're playing right now. The classes you start off with start pretty weak, but once you start advancing through, You get a lot better. So this is kind of a tough choice because repel is good and counter is really good. This thing blows, so we're not doing that. That would give us +2 health, but then 2 cards that are just blank. And then repel and counter, and fire blast and bash. But we also could just take gold. And I do really love restore, so we might just do that. In fact, that's what we're gonna do. So, one nice thing about taking that is you can just plop a treasure card in with something else, and that'll go towards building up the guild when we get to that. Now, one downside here is we're going to have decay. Decay sucks. Also, the little number under the guys, that's their level. But we can start plopping down gold. The other use you would have for this is influence what direction your guys go. Alright, so this is just going to be a trade, basically. Because it's just going to deal 1 damage and heal 1. But if it takes 4 or more damage in 1 turn, which is kind of tough to do, it'll take extra damage. But that'll just do nothing across the board. We can block all of this, which isn't a bad idea. Alright, so now here's where it would get interesting if we had a card that did 3. Because this is going to do 2 damage to us, but also damage the skeleton by 1. So this is going to do 3 total. Then another damage heal, but we'll keep going aggressive for now. Ooh, and these suck. Because that's going to make us discard a card. So I'm going to use the regenerate now. So now we're down a card, which really, really blows. But we still have rekindle, so we can deal a damage, heal a damage. If you keep your trading going, you're going to be fine, because now he's going to deal 1 damage to himself, 1 to us, because the 1 fist, and then we'll deal 2 back with that. So, pretty strong. Refresh is nice, because that quick, what that means, that little lightning bolt on refresh, that means it happens first. It basically gets like first strike or priority. So that'll happen before anything else. So that's pretty good. Mage robes are really good, just because the draw. And the holy seal's always nice. And daisy chain is just +1 health, which is fine enough. So that means we would keep the growth 1. So I'm going to go with that just for simplicity's sake. Now, unfortunately, we have to do the Fountain of Decay, which means next fight we have Decay, which I can't remember exactly what that means, to be honest. And a Shade isn't a bad idea to put down, but it's quite dangerous, because it's got Tenacious, and it has Death level 5 cards, which are, again, pretty damn dangerous. So I'm probably going to skip that one. Try and leave it somewhat easier on ourselves. So let's see. So the downside of Decay is if we take 2 damage in 1 turn like we're going to here, we're going to take an extra damage. That sucks. So we're going to want to be pretty careful on our health this whole time. If we can get any block cards, those are going to help us a lot. Because Acrid Fog, this is going to ruin us. Yeah, that's going to do a lot. But luckily, that's a kill shot right there. And we already have a Scimitar, so we just get 2 gold if we did that. And we would lose +1 and a restore for that. But I will just take some gold, because it might be a massive gem. which I could then plop down here, but it is a gold pouch. Whamp, whamp. But if we get to this room, which we will, and win the fight, which we hopefully may, we would be in pretty good shape. And there is a massive gem. Thank goodness. And we have how many turns till the Dark Ritual? 2, so 1, 2. I think that counts. I'm not sure. This mission's been pretty tough. And unfortunately, we both get burned because I'm fighting a fire elemental, so we'll both take 1 damage every turn. That's not that bad for Shapeshifter, luckily, because we can heal ourselves pretty reliably. So if we want, we could, in theory, just heal ourselves through this fight. I prefer to damage race if need be, because it's not too bad. Yeah, especially because right there, we'll end up taking no damage and beating him. Oh, now we're getting some stuff I haven't seen yet. Oh wow, see, that's really good. Yeah, so you can see that growth level 4 card, Rejuvenate. That's fantastic. I don't think we need it. I'm pretty sure we're just going to walk into the next room and win. But I will accept it. So let's just walk into the next room. And that should be a win. Yep.
Oh, look. It's your Dungeoneer who survived. Just look at the joy. I'm so teary-eyed. Do you think that they'll all come back alive? Well, I suppose if they don't, then at least they all tried.
And it does have a little bit of some roguelike elements, which I know all the kids are into these days. But they're not, like, super ridiculous. It's more because it's a card game, honestly, than, like, inherent rogue-likiness. But yeah, and you can see all the people who you let died, which for me was quite a lot. You'll probably be better at this game than I am, if you decide to play it. And so here's kind of the build-up tree. This is how you unlock things down. They start pretty inexpensive. 50 doesn't take too long to get. That's like 1 successful mission. And you unlock your new classes. And then if you get that, you can get the one below it. So the loot is nice because it unlocks way better equipment. It unlocks better equipment to find, so kind of in a Crypt of the Necromancer type way, which is nice. It works pretty well. But as you go farther down, stuff gets more expensive, and then later on it's going to be very, very expensive. So we saved up to get Shapeshifter, which was pretty nice. Chat voted on that. And there's just a bunch of classes, so that's how that works. Every time you unlock a new thing, it is a new piece to add on to your guild. So we have a bunch now. And you can look at all your current dudes if you would like. Do you have to put a new graveyard in after a while? You probably won't. I might. So let's go in. You know what? I'm going to show you what it looks like with a probably more appropriately leveled character. I'm not sure if I should have level 2s at this point, but I'll just show you what this looks like if I were to go in with a bruiser. I'm just gonna let you know now, MCU's fucking dead. So again, we have to sprint to the middle and kill this lich. Big problem here is he is guarded by a bunch of level 3 people. That's bad. If we were real clever and got good cards, we could probably kind of run our way around the side and get to this chest first. That would own. I'm gonna take a gamble and put a mysterious fountain down and hope it doesn't flip red. And it flipped red, so that sucks. That's real bad, unfortunately. But I will also go ahead and plop down a fire imp so we can get some beginner equipment at least. And if I didn't mention, this game has awesome character. The name of the bruiser cards are pretty fantastic. Just- and every character class has their own named cards and everything, so they're pretty fun. And there's all the songs, the little clips of stuff are good. The bruiser has a nice ability, just spiky, which is if you just do a full block of anything, you deal an additional damage. Oi! Yeah. Yeah, yes, exactly. The bruiser has that kind of character to him. And yeah, so the reason I wanted to do that is just to get some early equipment. Equipment like this has trade-offs, which is just the stupidity. Stupidity is what you don't want. It's just bad cards. Mind Strike I like, because any card draw is going to be great for you at any time. I'm not great at this game, by the way. I keep mentioning it, but it's really, really true. I'm going to plop down a rat and another rat. And I don't think either of these rooms will fit anywhere I have access to. Okay, it'll fit there and there, I guess, which will be nice because that'll give us a way to loop around, maybe? I don't know. And the dev is Gambrinus, I believe. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it, but they are an Ireland dev, and they seem pretty rad. They've been nothing but chill on Twitter. This rat just keeps using 1 damage unblockable, so okay. Why not? And neurotoxin, whatever, because I'm gonna kill him this turn. Yeah, and the art style looks really good, and it's especially impressive if you've seen some of the earlier builds of this game, because I love this game, but the earlier builds were not attractive at all. Now, you see, normally I would like to take Paper Crown, but I've gotten to the point in the game where being able to block 1 of either type of damage, but the problem is most attacks that we're going to see from people are going to do more than 1 damage, so I'm just going to take the Straight Jacket. And from the chest, oh man, look at that hat. Damn, that's a good hat. That's pretty good armor. Ooh, okay. Focus is an interesting card, so that's the next time we do magic damage, which unfortunately isn't terribly often. It'll do 1 more, we heal 1, and we draw a card. Those are all pretty nice. Smite's really good. And Rekindle and Restore are both great. I'm probably going to go with Rekindle and Restore. The if successful thing just means it has to hit. So if you miss with that attack, it won't work. It won't give you the healing. So this room will fit in here, but not really help as much. I like to try and give myself options if I can. So then for card number 2, we'll play this turn. Skeleton here, because I'd like to, again, give myself a little bit of time to level up a bit, because we're already, in trouble, because the Bruiser is not good against mages, and this is nothing but mages. So again, 1 unblockable. We're just gonna tank this out. This card is perfect for this, because since we're gonna block the 1 damage, it's not successful, we won't discard a card, we'll deal 1 damage from hitting him, and then since we have Spiky, which if we block an attack completely deals 1, that's great, that's the best turnout we could ask for. That was a really good draw. And again, the nice thing with Bruiser is because of that Spiky, you can play pretty defensively and do well. You can build a deck entirely full of blocks and do pretty good. And I would recommend... Bruiser's a pretty good starting class. Mime is interesting. I didn't have much luck with Cat Burglar, but Bruiser's a really good one to start with. And Mage is pretty good too. So all these are kind of awful. Bash is okay. I'll get that. Alright, so let's hope Dum Dum runs to the weaker murder machine. Okay, good. Banditos are dangerous. So I'm gonna build one more room and put a bandito in it. 'Cause you're not my dad. It only has armed 5 in its deck, which is kinda terrifying. And again, a ton of character. Alright, so he's gonna heal no matter what, so let's just get that draw. That's the most we can get out of that, unfortunately. Wow, and that's a really good card from the skeleton. So let's just do damage and mitigate the damage from that. Oh gosh, well we can block this and deal 1. And we can block this, deal 1, and it'll deal 1 to himself, so that's 2. And spiky damage, because we blocked it, that's right. This, we can just use the unblockable. This is perfect for Bash. And on YouTube, if you're having any issues kind of figuring out how this is working, obviously, you know, you could just go back and watch it again. Or, feel free to ask questions in the comments for this video. I'll try and hang out and help out with them as much as I can. Because I want to support this game. So we would lose a health, but we gain a lot of really good magic stuff, so I'm gonna go with Mage Robes. Okay, so our person does not agree that the Bandito is a good idea. Who's going for that? We have 6 turns still, though. So I'm gonna actually plop a Skelly right here, but my person does not care, so... ass. That's kind of bad. I could put this up here, though, and I could put this over here and try and... Oh, that's why my person is running back there. They're not even running for the skeleton. They just smell the chest back here. Just making a beeline for the fucking chest. No, MCU, this is how you die. MCU, no. MCU, no. Alright, well, we'll heal 2, so we'll actually go back to full on this. Go ahead and bash. I'm gonna save this quick damage. Hopefully for a final shot. Because if we get this for our final card, we don't have to worry about the trading. Nice, this is perfect. So what we're gonna do here is draw a card, heal, which none of that matters, but +1 damage on our next magic attack. So as long as there's not a magic block there, which of course there is, we'll be fine. But we can just do this instead. Still get 1 damage through. And then get another thing blocked, so we'll block that. This has gotten hairy faster than I would have liked. Okay, here we go, perfect. So this will go through before the fiery weapon hits. So, that first strike card kind of paid off. So yeah, you have very indirect control, if you haven't realized that. Your dudes will prioritize like loot pretty heavily. They'll prioritize objectives pretty well, and monsters that are about the same level as they are. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm pretty sure if we do go fight Satan Lord, we are super dead. Hopefully this winged staff will help a bit, but I'm pretty sure we're about to be ruined, because this guy has... Yeah, +1 damage if we hit him. Luckily, if we rush to him, he has this half-baked ability, so since we're getting there before the turn limit, he'll have less health. That helps a little bit. So this is gonna be, yeah, health fully refills between fights. Thank God, or else yeah, we'd be totally ruined. But this is gonna be rough because of this. So at least we can mitigate that. Oh Christ. Okay, we can't block that. Magic, and I really want to save this until we can block 2 damage, at least. So, I'll just go ahead and I'll just Flame Lash now. Alright, see, this is perfect, because now we're going to gain 2 health and take nothing, and he'll take 1 because full blocks. And again, he'll take 1 because full blocks. These draws are providence. This is why it's important to get your card draw high if you can. And again, this is perfect. So honestly, we probably shouldn't have won this, but we have had really, really good card draw across the board. Wow, I cannot be chuffed enough about how this has turned out. This has just been really good draws. Oh man. Yeah.
Three cheers for your lucrative plundering after all your aimless blundering. How you rode your luck without getting stuck. Left me and your enemies wondering.
So the game has a lot of songs. A lot of songs for your people dying. A lot of songs for unlocking new people, talking to them. And here's some examples of the characters. So we have Mime. And if you click people, they don't like that. So the Mime says very mimey things. Cat Burglar only speaks in cat puns. The Baby Mage is being a rich little jerk. The Wiener Guy just complains. Transformer talks about transforming. And this, my favorite character is Bruiser. I can't help it. I fucking love the writing for Bruiser. Bruiser just cracks me up every time. Oh man. Yeah, Muscle Wizard successfully beats Wizard. Yeah, so you know what? Let's go for one more dungeon. Oh, new dungeon. We have to go into an IB Slayer. So let's do that. I'm gonna go back with Animoof again. Whoa. Okay, so the objective is just to get back here. There are some things that'll give us an ass kicking. This Minotaur is really dangerous. And he is surrounded by decay fountains, and stupidity fountains, and blindness fountains. This is the worst one. So blind is, so if you realized, I can plan what attacks I want to counter, how I want to play my cards, based on seeing my opponent's cards. Blindness means you can't see your opponent's attacks. So that's bad. That's about the worst thing that can happen. So I am going to avoid that like the plague. Stupidity is bad. Decay is going to be really bad against the Minotaur, because the Minotaur can deal a lot of damage very quickly. So I can't place this down here because it would have an opening that would slam into this wall. So what I'm going to play instead is I'm just going to plop down an ooze. Just another thing for us to fight. No, you have to put, the order of operations for doing things is fight immediately, and then any fountains or treasures. So, unfortunately, putting someone in the same room will not, consume the fountain for that fight. So we're gonna have to eat one of them. Oh, hey, cool, we have one of the devs in the chat. So, unfortunately, we don't have any. Oh, yeah, we do have one magic, so this will do an extra damage. Because the ooze is mundane. Unfortunately, this is unblockable. We'll just punch it. And this is perfect, because we can block it and deal 1. Which will do 2, because again, the mundane. And here we could either regenerate, but we can just kill by doing 2. So we'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, so, one nice thing is since we are playing the shapeshifter, we start with growth level 1. So immediately any cards we find here are going to be growth 2, and the levels are just basically how good they are. So we'll get a restore off of this, and also a mind strike, which I'm a huge fan of card draw. It's partially my trading card game nerd inside of me always thinks card draw is the best thing in the game, which a lot of times, well, it's not wrong. Card draw is always going to be a huge component. You always want to have card draw advantage. So I'm going to plot more junk down. Trash bats. And the oozes aren't too bad. But it seems like as we get farther into the game, this is a level 1 creature. This is definitely more dangerous than the level 1 stuff before, so you can see the ramp. And we're going to take a damage regardless, and I take the card draw. And that'll guard one of it. We'll just take the heal too. And so damage happens before healing, it seems like, unless you use one of the quick cards, which I think rejuvenate or whatever, the one that sets your health to 6 immediately. Seems to be the best one. So, let's finish this fight off. Exactly. Card draw means more options, which means you're less likely to just be kind of screwed in what you're holding. So it's pretty important. I always recommend it. Refresh. That's exactly what I was thinking. So the 6 health pull a quick. Gift is pretty nice. Up is fine, but let's take a refresh. That's gotten me out of some nasty situations before. And we will see what way my person's gonna advance. Alright, they're pushing for ooves. How do we play this? Do a big cross room in the middle, which will then make our person push for bat, and then straight for the Minotaur, which is bad. I would like to try and drag them down to the Mimic, so if I can find... I might even, when I fight this bat, just try and turn the bat into gold, because then that might help me lure my person down to fight the owlbear instead of, you know, our other option. So let's get card advantage right away. There's an unblockable, but we can just heal too. And the drain will heal him 1, but that's fine. And yeah. Nice and easy. So if everything here isn't great, which fortunately I don't think it is, let's just take some gold. So that'll guarantee us at least 1 gold card. So I'm going to put a level 2 gold pouch in here and hope I can draw a 10. God damn it, I can't. No, you little goofus. No. No. Alright, well, we'll pop a snake in here. And I'll just put more gold along the way. Oh, man. Sometimes your person can be a little bit of a goofball. So this will be successful. So if you have something like this where you'll get the full benefit from a healing card and it's one that needs to hit, use it right away. Charge is pretty dangerous, so I'm just going to block that. That's probably one of the stronger cards in the Snake's deck. Aspect of the Dragon is perfect here. Another charge. Well, we have enough healing in our hand that I think we'll be okay. I hate that card a lot. Hate that card a whole lot. Neurotoxin blows. Oh man, and restore 2. Jeez, okay. Oh man, okay, well we have an unblockable damage. Thank goodness. That snake gave me way more trouble than it should have for being a snake. I guess the lesson we learn is don't underestimate snakes. Alright, and I love focus, so I'll take that. All the AI classes AI is the same except for Barbarian. Okay. I will try to keep that in mind. Oh, that's gonna give us decay. Oh, this is the one I didn't want. No. No. Crap. That's the second worst. Blindness would have been the worst. Ugh, farts. Oh, I think we're gonna have to tank it, so let's at least try and fight a big creature and try and get some good equipment, because otherwise this Minotaur is gonna Tyrannosaurus wreck us. We're gonna get our head handed to us if we try and rush in with decay at this point. Alright, so that's unblockable, but we can pull 2 card advantage here pretty quickly. Which is awesome. And we'll go ahead and block this and heal just because I'd rather not lose my card advantage. Man, really? Alright, game, I see you. You're playing hard. I see you. Okay, so I drew a really terrible card, thank goodness. Let's get that damage in and push for lethal. Alright, nice. Woo, Rejuvenate is so good. I kind of have to go with the Wolf Pelt. Oh, and Tenacious is nice, the 1 HP death thing, but I'm going to go with Wolf Pelt, just particularly because Rejuvenate, since it is growth, we get the bonus due to our class, so I'm going to go ahead and push for that. Plus the 1 HP is always nice. And yeah, as the dev has mentioned, there is a line of blue footsteps. You can kind of see them here. Last map they were a little more obvious because it was running straight through the objective to a big treasure chest in the back because they can't help themselves. But at this point, I kind of don't want my person doing any of these things. But I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to convince them otherwise. And any Minotaur is going to be the same, so I think we're going to do okay. Let's try. Alright, so it also has decay, So I'm gonna save that bark skin for when we have a danger of taking 2 in one turn. It's gonna be a lot more valuable than, like, right now, for instance. Because that would be a huge portion of our health really quickly. Same thing here. I'm just gonna try and keep us healthy for as long as we can. And then due to the self-inflicted damage and the 1 damage I did, that decay hit him pretty hard. The real danger here is now this Minotaur is at half health, so every physical attack is gonna gain +1. That sucks a whole bunch. We need to hurry, because we're gonna take a lot from every single hit. This is gonna kill us. Oh no. Can I live through this? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Oh, Christ. Alright. So that'll do 2. That will actually kill us. So... Oh, fuck. Okay, we're gonna refresh. Oh, no! Okay. Oh, God, will that... Okay, we have to think through this carefully. So he's gonna get +1, that's gonna hit our decay, so that's gonna do 3, and it's unblockable, so we have to heal. Ugh. Oh, man. Oh, no, I'm pretty sure we're dead. I'm pretty sure we're also dead. No, I'm pretty sure we're gonna trade death. No! Ah! Right at the end, too. Oh, man, that hurts.
Once again, they tried in vain to overcome and not be slain, but
The game dev is yelling at me to do rekindle. I think I might have messed up. Oh man, I don't know. So we get a replacement. My mouse is a little screwy. Okay, good. So sometimes I miss the rename click. Oh man. Animoof. Rip a pizza. Oh man. That was close though. Yeah, so I really like this game. I support it a lot. Already picked it up for a couple people. It's fantastic. Good little dungeon explorer, has just enough randomness to really keep it fresh. The objectives change every so often. It's really interesting, and the way it's put together is really nice. Very charming presentation overall. Really like the artwork, the design. It all works really well. And having seen a lot of the like earlier build stuff, it's really amazing to see how far this game has come. So. Oh, that won't fit. Okay. Ah, crud. This is the hardest part of the whole game, by the way. Is naming. Yeah, that'll do. Or shapeshifter hamburger. Nice. Unfortunately, we're just a little short of expanding our guild. So this is kind of... you can't redo missions, as far as I know. So kind of the way the game progresses naturally is if you do get stuck on something, you'll make some gold every time, and eventually you'll be able to buy upgrades and things, and also you'll figure out kind of the rhythm and the pattern of a dungeon until you can get through it. So, I mean, we were really close there. If we had a single additional level, I think we could have pulled it off, or a different piece of equipment, blah blah blah. We're really, really close. So, that's Guild Dungeoneering. I really like it. Devs seem pretty cool across the board. So, feel free to support this game. It's on Good Old Games and on Steam, I believe. And let's go ahead and visit the grave of Animoof. Realize Animoof. Animoof is dead. Long live the Berg. Alright, well thanks for checking this out with me. Have a good one.